Okay, so this is just a little bit of a basic strength sequence that I've been really enjoying lately. I've been sprinkling it in to my Pilates client sessions, and it's something that feels good in my body. And I just thought I'd share it with my friends on Instagram, on Facebook. So all you need is a set of dumbbells. If you have anywhere from 5 to 6 pound dumbbells and you're brand new and you just want to learn these movements, I'd start light. I'm going to use 8 pound dumbbells. You could certainly do 10 or 12 pound dumbbells here. Beyond that, you kind of get to the point where you're going to want to start shifting weight around because your shoulders are maybe a little stronger than your biceps, etc. So do whatever you want. I'm going to keep it simple and just use 2 8 pound dumbbells for this workout. And it's a quick and efficient workout, kind of gets everything. Great way to just add a little bit more connection to your day, right? So for me today, the ice is on the ground. I'm kind of in a bad mood about it, but it's really nice weather in terms of the temperature and the sun is shining. So I've been focused on kind of getting outside, moving my body, just walking the dogs. And I need a little bit more just to feel like I'm in my body. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And I'm going to have you start with some squats without any weights or anything, just kind of waking up the legs, waking up the hips and knees a little bit. So you're going to send the seat down and back nice and low, like you're sitting into a chair, and then stand up super tall, right? So just keep doing that. I like to reach my arms up just to kind of get a little bit of warmth in the shoulders and the back and the core a little bit. We're just breathing here. We're going to do about 5 more. Most important thing with that squat is that you're sending the hips down and back, right? So it's never just a bend at the knee here. We're thinking about that little imaginary sit stand. We'll do a couple more. Inhale, exhale. And then go ahead and stand up nice and tall. Bring those arms up towards the ceiling and then open your palms forward and just take a nice bend at the elbows. Pull them down, reach them up. Just feel the side body, the front body, waking up a little bit on that pull. And again. I'm gonna do about 4 more here. Big breaths. If you have time to warm up a little more, that's fine. If you're just kind of sprinkling this into your day, you'll be fine with it. Arms are gonna come here. Take a little side body stretch over and back. One more time, each direction. Okay, so we should feel just a tiny bit warmer, and we're gonna pick up the 8 pound dumbbells. The first move we're gonna do here is a squat with both of those 8 pounds in our hands. Now, I'm gonna opt to put the weights right at my shoulders like this, right? If for some reason that's not your cup of tea, you could always hold the arms by your side. So with this, we're gonna think about that squat again, really trying not to let the weight pull your chest forward too much. So again, pretend you're sitting down and back into that chair. 8's going to be our magic number. We're going to do that 7 more times. Just a nice controlled squat. Really feel like as you straighten those legs, you're pushing into both feet. Even distribution of weight. That's going to come in handy here in just a little bit. Do 4 more like that. And 3, 2, fully straightening those legs at the top, and last 1. Now, we're going to put the weight that was in our right hand down, continue to hold on to the weight that's in your left hand. So we're going to start with the left side. I'm starting on the left side because I'm weaker on my left side for most of these moves, but if you would like to switch and just start on your right, that's perfectly fine. Standing nice and strong and tall, feet underneath your hips, we're going to start with something really simple, a hammer curl. So you're going to keep that upper arm in real close. We're bending at the elbow and then slowly straightening the arm right back by our side. 8 total. So we got 5 more here. Curl and straighten. 4, 3. You're just avoiding a swinging motion with the arm, right? So just control. Last 1. Now you're going to hold the arm here. We're going to bring the arm right at the top of our shoulder like it was before, and we're going to do a strict press. So you're going to push that arm straight overhead and then control it back down. And you do that push. Keep the arm close to the side of your head and try to lock the arm out at the top of the movement. For some of us, it's going to feel like our arm is almost behind us. It's going to really wake up the shoulders and side body. For 4 and 3, it's power on the way up, control on the way down. And 2, it's probably lighter than what you could push, but still try to find that control. Last one. Arm comes down by your side. Keep everything on the left side here. So put the opposite hand on the hip. We're going to do a side bend. Think about that side body on the left side shortening, your waist shortening, and then use the opposite side to help lift yourself back up. So I'm really pretending like that weight is just a part of my arm so that I don't ever feel like it's dangling away from me or pulling my arm. Just kind of keep it almost like it's a bit magnetically drawn to that side body. So this is a movement from the waist up, not the hips down. So you're really trying to isolate that side body. We're going to do 8. So we've got 2 more here. And last one, just like that. So we've got 2 more moves on this side of the body. This next move, you're going to push that arm straight up to the ceiling. Try to lock it out. Hold it right here. We're going to start with the right leg. Slowly lift that right leg up. A little pause like you just have a march and they caught you. They said pause, stop, and then you're going to bring it down. Now the left leg. Lift and down. Think about the low core here. Pulling that leg up. Up. We're going to do 8 total marches. So we've got 4 left. This is 4. Arm is strong. 3. Back is strong. 2. And 1. Awesome. Now that arm is going to come down. From here, we're going to keep that arm in that left hand. We're going to stand on that left leg and bring our right leg behind us like so. This will be a hinging motion. So you're going to think about you can keep a softness to your left knee, but keep that leg really strong. And then you're going to hinge at the hip, lifting your right leg behind you. And let that left arm with the weight kind of travel down towards the knee and back up. Don't let your arm or chest take over. So really make this a rotation around that standing hip, trying to keep your back and that leg behind you, kind of operating almost like a plank of wood, 1 unit, 1 line. Hinging and then back up. We're going to do 5 more. This is probably the most difficult of the moves here. And 4. If in between you have to kind of find your balance, that's okay. You're not alone there. 3. Your range of motion is up to you. Your goal is not to reach the weight to the ground here, right? And 1 more, like so. Now our last move, I am known to lie. I forgot about this move. Our last move is going to be a bilateral sort of weighted squat. So I'm going to hold that weight at my shoulder again, back to the same squats from the beginning, but this time I've got a little bit more weight on this side of the body. So squat down and try to really push evenly through those legs as you stand up. We're going to do 8 of these. And again, and remember, we're sitting into that imaginary chair. We're going to do 5 more. Lowering down and up. And 4. 3. I've had the inspiration to film some stuff today, but my dogs have decided they want to be involved. I'm not sure why that is. Last one like that. Awesome. So now we're going to take that weight, put it in the right hand. So we're going to start with, once again, that bicep curl. We're taking all of this on the other side. So you're going to do your bicep curl in and slowly straighten. So it's that hammer curl where the arm is plugged into the side body and you want to really keep it being the isolated moving muscle groups right here, that upper arm, right at the elbow. Halfway there, we got 4 more. We're doing 8 total, all right? And 3 and 2. On this last one, you're going to hold that arm here. Bring it right next to your shoulder. And again, that strict press. So we're going to push up and slowly down. Arm is right by the side of the head. You're locking out your arm at the top. Your back is engaged. Beautiful. And again, we're going to do 4 more. 8 total. For 4. And 3. And 2, and 1. Good. Now from here, that arm is going to come by your side. Remember our side bend. So you're going to have that opposite hand on the hip. This is a movement from the waist up, not the hip down. And you're going to think about that right side shortening, left side lifting up. That's enough, Tots. That's enough. Go that way. Right side shortening, left side lifting up. Just one of those things, you know, you cannot control what small animals or little children do, right? 3 more. And 2. Some people I know only watch this for the dogs. That's okay. I won't take offense. Now, we're going to take that same arm. We're going to punch it up to the ceiling, okay? We're going to do that slow march. So it's like a standing core move. Really keep everything tight. This is locked out and strong. Start with that left leg. There's a little lift, pause, lower down. Opposite leg. We're doing 8 of these. So we got 6 more. 6. Think low core. Try not to shift the posture too much. 4. And 3. Arm and shoulder strong. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Then that arm is going to come down. Now from here, we're going to go back into that hinge movement. So that left leg comes behind you. You're going to stand on the right leg. We're going to, again, think about that arm real close to the body here. It's that rotating or hinging movement around that standing leg. You can keep your standing knee soft if you need to, and then unhinge. So you're not thinking about how close can I get my hand and chest to the ground. You're trying to keep your back nice and long, and that left leg is like an extension of the back. So kind of think from shoulders to hips to the end of that left heel, a long, strong energy line. I'm going to guess we have 4 more left. We're doing 8 total. If I do a bonus one, I'll blame the dogs for distracting me. And 3. Awesome. And 2. And 1. Very good. Now, we're going to bring that weight back to the shoulder on the right side, back to that squat position. Again, thinking about sending the hips down and back like you're sitting into a chair and standing up. Everybody's squat is going to look a little bit different. I don't have a huge range of motion just because of kind of my hips here. Everyone look a little different. Some of you guys are going to be able to go way lower to the ground. But the most important thing is literally just pretend like you're sitting in the chair, and we're not going to collapse our chest forward. 4 more. We're not going to feel like we're staring at the ground here. I always like to keep my eye line up. Pushing through both feet. 2 and 1. Awesome. So that was round 1. We're going to just do 2 rounds, but now that we know the moves, we're going to kind of just flow through it a little quicker. So pick up both of your weights again. Let's kind of set the shoulders up, down, and back a little bit, feel in control. And then bend those arms and bring those weights to the shoulders, or if you prefer, you can hold those arms by your side. Now we're going to go back into the squats for 8. So we're going to lower down and lift up. Maybe on the second round, we can try to get a little bit lower into that squat, feeling a little bit more warmed up here. 5 more. So I'm a Pilates instructor, and I discovered strength training about 3 to 4 years ago. 2 more. I'm almost 44 years old, as one of the only things that could help me with knee pain. So I went to a strength coach for a couple years. He was amazing. He taught me a lot. We're going to go into that hammer curl with the left arm, right? So you're in a nice, strong position here. And so I'm very much still on my learning journey about strength, but I have found that it really helps my clients and myself just to feel kind of optimal. You know what I mean? And obviously, you know that there's a lot of science out there that is going to back up the importance and the benefits of strength training. It's all over the internet, all over the world. A lot of it is true. So now we're going to hold that arm up at the shoulder, and we're going to go into that strict press. So think again about that push straight up and slowly down. Arm close to the side of the head. You're locking it out at the top, and you'll almost feel like that arm is kind of behind you. That's not a bad thing. You can adjust that range of motion 3 more if you need to, right? If you're having issues with your shoulders or elbows and you kind of want to take this a little bit more in front of you and more gently, that is fine. Now you're going to bring your arm by your side, back to that side bend. So I want us to really think about the waist here. It's waist up, not hips down. And so your opposite side is really doing the work to lift you up. Do that again. This move is a crowd pleaser, right? It's a little light with 8 pounds. You can certainly go up. I'm enjoying 12 or 15 pounds lately. You're going to keep going. We got about 2 more. We're doing 8 total. And as a Pilates instructor, I am not particularly known for my counting. So I understand. If I mess up, just trust me. I'm probably doing my best. I was not a good student in math as a kid. So now I'm going to go into that hip hinge, right? So we've got that right leg behind us. That left leg is staying straight, but if you need your knee bent a little bit, just so you keep that low back from flexing too much, go for it. We're going to hinge here. Really just imagine you're rotating around that standing hip and back up, keeping that arm kind of plugged in, keeping that weight close to your body. So you're not trying to collapse that upper body and get that weight to come down to the ground, all right? We're gonna do 5 more. This is an exercise that really helps, 2 more, as you prepare your body for kind of understanding how to safely do deadlifts. Last one. And you could do this very exercise, waking up that hip without any weight, but it sure is nice to use the weight. So we're gonna hold that weight at our shoulder here. And again, we're gonna go into that squat where we're weighted more on the left side. So just think about lowering down into that imaginary chair, push through both feet, stand up, then down and up. We're gonna do 5 more, just like that. I feel like movements like this in sequence are a really great thing to do when you're short on time. It's not always going to be ideal. In fact, I found it's almost never ideal. So I always like to just squeeze it in when I can. Now we're going to switch to the other arm, okay? So we're going back to that hammer curl, the upper arm staying nice and close in by your side, and you're just going to bend and slowly straighten. Really keeping all those muscles in the upper arm just super tight. Feel like your shoulder is, staying relatively still here. We're going to do 5 more. And 4. And as you're doing all these moves, like for example, the bicep curl or the shoulder press, if you feel like you could do a million of these, then try this again next time with 10 pounds, and then we'll see where we're at, right? So that was our 8 hammer curls. Now we're gonna go into the shoulder press. The arm is right at the shoulder, lift it up a little bit, push up. I usually call this a strict press with that one arm, right? So we're really trying to keep the body pretty still. Good. That's another thing. I'm not very good. I'm barely good at names of exercises in Pilates, and I've been teaching for 15 years. So I'm really bad with names of exercises and strength training and just words in general and phrases. I get them wrong a lot. So I have an older brother that does that. I think it might be genetic. So now that arm is here, opposite hands on the hip. And you're just going to think again, shortening through the waist, right? So as you go down to the right, the left side is the main moving side to lift you back up. And it's from the waist down, up, not the hips down. So try not to kind of push your hips over and force yourself through the exercise. Slower and controlled is not always better. I'm not trying to say that. But for this particular move, I think most people would agree it's really hard to connect with that side if we're not really focused and slow. Let's do 1 more on that side. Now, you're in luck because I just realized that I forgot a move. What we're going to do is we're going to do our march here, okay? We're going to do it on both sides. So we're going to start with that arm totally strong overhead. We're going to bring that left leg slowly up. The hip really engages. And then the right, slow core. And we'll do that for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, strong through that arm, strong through that arm, 2, and 1. Let's do that on the other side. So this is what I forgot on the other side. Hold it here. Start with that right leg. And again, we're going to do that lift, pause, and down. Strong through that left arm for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. I wanted to do that before I forgot. Now we have our last set of those hinges. So the right leg is going to be the hinging leg. You can keep a soft knee if you need to. Keep that arm plugged in. We're going to go into that hinge. So you're rotating around your standing hip. Back is staying nice and long. And think of your back leg as an extension of the spine. I probably struggle a little bit with analogies for this one, but I do like to think of it as like plank of wood or a seesaw. So you just know that it's just this sort of automatic movement. We're going to do 4 more like that. That nice hinge. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Right? So that was the whole sequence. Let's polish it off with one more set of squats, holding onto the dumbbells. So again, you're going to hold those dumbbells right at the shoulder. I'm going to think about sitting down and back. My butt's not going to reach all the way down to tap the naughty puppy on the floor, but I just want to pretend like there's a chair back there. All right? Try to let those knees open a little bit on your way down. We're going to do about 4 more like that. So all of those moves, only though we only did 8 reps and we did 2 rounds, but it's a really nice thing to sprinkle into your day if you've just done a little bit of Pilates or maybe a little bit of cardio, last one. Or if you're a reformer teacher, super fun to put in like right in the middle of class. And then, depending on what else you've programmed, I feel like clients really enjoy connecting a little bit more with their shoulders, with their hamstrings, with the front of the legs. All right, so that was my little strength sequence for now. Thanks for putting up with my dogs. And yeah, let me know what you think. Have a good day.